What's up everybody, it's James, aka Itzatrap, and let's get into it. I'm gonna teach you how to mix a little bit, give you guys a little bit of tips. Before we get into the video, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you still haven't. We doing big things around here, alright? So let's get this done. So, I pulled over here a little project that I've been working on, actually gonna be on my next lo-fi album.
I think I got my swagger back.
So we got some nice vibes going. So, first tip. One of the first things that I've ever learned that have helped me with mixing, and this can help you to mix beats, this can help you to mix songs, this can help you to mix absolutely everything. Get organized. Okay, get organized. One of the main things that I do, I make sure I color code absolutely everything here in my mixer. If you got FL Studio, I think Logic, you can do the same thing. Ableton, color code, get organized, and also organized by section. As you can see here, channel 1 is for the kick, channel 2 snare, and then these three, I got different types of hats, so I color code them in the same group. I color code by maybe melodies, by synths, by percussion, by effects, all that sort of thing. So always make sure that you're getting organized, because there's no worse thing than working on something and not being organized. So number 2. One of the things that I learned very recently that's really helped me out is placing an EQ on every single channel. So, I just had to let y'all hear the beat though real quick. But one of the main things I do is I EQ every channel. One of the main things is that every single instrument, every single kick, snare, whatever it may be, melody, has its own frequency that they need to stay in that frequency. So let's look at the kick here. So we pull up the EQ in the kick. So you see how it's mainly around this area. So we want to keep it that way. We don't want the kick, unless it's going to completely kill the sound of the kick, but we don't want the kick, using too much of this. This is where the hi-hats go. This is where the melody goes. This is where so much other frequencies are going. So I usually kill this and I just get the kick, which is good. So the same thing for the snare. Let's pull up the snare. So for the snare, I'm doing the exact same opposite. We don't need bass in the snare. We don't need the frequencies that the snare would give out in the low end, around the 50s, the 100s. We don't need that since the kick is going to be taking care of that. So you want to make sure that each instrument has its space. That's very important. So the same thing with the snare, sorry. So you can see it here. And before I move on to the next one, you can see here on this EQ, check this out. See this area right here? This is something I want to fix. So what I'll do, I'll pull up another EQ and I'll go to that frequency and I'll kill it with like a small little bell here. And that'll help to not get a really harsh sound when the snare hits. So EQs, very important. Number 3, this is what I use. This is a paid plugin, but I definitely recommend it. It's the CLA Mixdown Stereo. Basically what it does, it gives you a lot of things. First of all, it gives you a glue compressor here, as you can see. I'm pumping that. Basically a nice little compressor on the mix bus of any beat, of any song, will help you, will help to bring everything together. Remember, compression is simple. It just brings the size of the wave down to compress it. I finally figured out what a compressor is here, thank God. But it'll compress everything together and it'll make everything sound uniform. It'll make everything sound in sync, so that's important. So I want to show you, this is the beat without this plugin. Before, after. Before, after. It breathes life into the mix. So here you can mess around with the bass, you can mess around with the treble, this is the glue again, this would be the compressor. You can mess around with the input of the signal going in and then out of the plugin. So it's a very good plugin to kind of get more brightness out of your mix. This has helped me out so much in doing my mixes for any type of beats or anything. Number 4, always pull up one of these. Okay, I forgot the name of it. I think it's a spectrum analyzer. Whatever it may be, it's Span. This is a free plugin. I'm gonna put all the links to these plugins in the description below, so you can kind of check it out. So Span, what does? It just shows you the whole song across all the frequency spectrum. So obviously you don't want too much low end in your song, because then your car speaker is gonna break. And you don't want too much high end here, because then your ears are gonna freaking break. So you wanna make sure that everything's balanced. I saw a tutorial on this when I first got this plugin, and they basically said you wanna have the low end hit in the same, I guess you can say loudness or same volume as the high end. You can see the low end's just a little bit higher, but it's pretty much in the same level, and that's what you wanna have when you're mixing your songs. So Span, it helps you because, you know, you could be using speakers when mixing, you could be using headphones, and they won't give you the exact representation all the time unless you have a treated room, you're in a studio, an amazing thing. I'm in a bedroom right now. But it won't give you the studio quality treatment so that you know exactly what's going on. You need this to be able to see how much low end is there, how much high end is there. It really helps. And number 5, finishing this off, I use a plugin that I recently got, and it's free. It's called Fresh Air. This thing, in accompaniment with the CLA Mixdown stereo, man, it helps my beats sound crisp. So a lot of times, you know, we'll finish mixing a beat, we'll finish making a song, and it'll sound dull. I think that's the perfect word to explain it. It'll sound dull, and you know, you hear beats on BeatStars on YouTube, and you're like, how can I get that sound? Well, this definitely helps, so let's check this out. With it, without, with, without. So it really helps. So you can add some more of the high air, make it sound high sparkle. See, you hear those hi-hats, just, it's too much obviously, but you can see that you can add more mids, which is awesome. So it gives you, it's pretty simple to use, but my goodness, it really adds some sparkle to your beats, to your songs. So definitely cop this. Again, it's gonna be in the description. I'm gonna leave all the links to the plugins that I use. So that's just a simple couple tips that I have for y'all. This is something that has helped me out so much, mixing my songs, mixing my beats. And I hope this can help you. I hope this can take your production to the next level. I remember when I started making music, I did not know how to mix, and my beats sucked. They sounded horrible. But I know with these tips, and if you apply these can definitely help you out, all right? So comment below anything that if you have any questions. Again, I always say this, if I'm doing something wrong or you think I have something I should improve, please comment down below. We're all learning in this journey of music production, and I just want to be able to help as many people as I can. Anything that you want a tutorial with, anything that you want to see, comment down below. We're here, we staying, we making it happen. Peace out. Happy New Year.